So Thanksgiving is approaching, and a lot of people are finding things very hard to be thankful for this year. I can't say that because there's a lot of things that I'm very thankful for this year. So if it does not offend my indigenous brothers and sisters by saying so, this Thanksgiving, I am quite thankful, first of all, to still be here alive, because 250,000 people have lost their lives to this virus, and I am thankful I'm not one of them. I am thankful that I still have my family, that they are also not amongst that number. I'm thankful that we no longer have this clown as a president. I'm thankful that I finally got to see Hamilton, which is something that I truly enjoyed when it premiered on Disney Plus this year. I definitely am glad I got to see that. I'm thankful I'm still doing the podcast. I'm thankful that the little bit of growth that it has had, I'm thankful for it, for every single member of my fam out there. Not fans, my fam. I'm thankful for y'all. I'm thankful. I'm more grateful than thankful. You know, I'm just grateful that despite of how much I can think and imagine for things to be better, that they are as good as they are. And for that, I'm truly grateful and thankful for. So yeah, 2020, I still have plenty to be thankful for. Yeah, that's it. Oh, and we'll be skipping next week. I may have to recover from the food coma, if you will. Like many of you may have to. Ladies and gentlemen, blurds and nerds, freaks and geeks, live from DYSG Studios, this is Do You Speak Geek, episode 56. Welcome everyone. This is Do You Speak Geek. I am your host, Nix. Thank you all so much for joining me this time. If you join me for the first time, welcome to the show. And if you're an avid listener, welcome back. Again, this is Do You Speak Geek, home team Spreaker. Shout out to you guys for keeping me out there in the ears of my listeners. Thank you so much. Please be sure to listen, give that thumbs up, be sure to like and subscribe to the podcast. I know you all have enjoyed last week's episode, how I opened that up. Yeah. But, do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe. Not only let me know, but let everyone know how dope this show is. And if you can't listen on Spreaker, there are other outlets, you know. We just recently had distribution on Audible. So check us out there. Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Spotify, you name it, kind of everywhere. DoYouSpeakGeek.com. It is the ultimate hub for everything DYSG. We got photos, we got the episodes, we got our videos, we have blog, we got it all. So please check us out there. It's definitely something that you don't want to miss on that website. The social medias, Facebook at DYSGFB. Twitter at DYSG_tweets, and Instagram at Do You Speak Geek. YouTube, the only place where you can find the Dono and Daddy Show. Please be sure to subscribe, like, Hulk, smash that bell for all notifications, and leave your comments. We want to know what y'all guys think. So, not a lot of big stuff. Yeah, not a lot of big things happened this week. I wish there was, but there wasn't. So, as usual at this time, let's go ahead and jump into my favorite portion of the show. Y'all know what it is. Source Wall.
Man, you come right out of a comic book.
Behold the Source Wall.
Can you read, my son?
Well, that depends.
There is nothing wrong with reading a story and looking at the pictures.
Enough said, Stan. Let's jump right into it. We have Venom 30. This is it. The face-melting finale to Venom Beyond by Donny Cates and special guest illustrator Luke Ross. Trapped at the mercy of the dangerous new foe called Codex, Eddie Brock will have to make an impossible choice. What choice is that? you will have to read issue 30 and see. Marvel's Voices, Indigenous Voices #1. Today's hottest Native American and Indigenous talent make their Marvel Comics debut with the collection of supercharged stories as Marvel celebrates National Native American Heritage Month. Celebrated writer and artist Jeffrey Verigi explores the legacy of Marvel's incredible cast of Indigenous characters: Hugo, Nebula, and Locust Award-winning Black Oheke Iwigni writer Rebecca Roanhorse and Tongava artist Westhoy Aratelitel are I'm butchering names. Just check it out. I'm not going to sit here and disrespect people like that. Check it out. Marvel's Voices, Indigenous Voices #1. Please read that book when you get an opportunity to. And Rorschach #2. What's the connection between an aging comic book artist and Rorschach? That's the question the detective investigating the attempted assassination of a presidential candidate must answer. Never mind, moving on. Will Myerson, a reclusive artist known for his pirate comics, went from drawing the adventures of Pontius Pirate and the Citizen to working with a mysterious young woman hell-bent on making sense of a post-Watchmen world. Somewhere in the life of Will Myerson lies the key to learning more about Rorschach. Eisner Award-winning Tom King teams up with artist George Fornes to deliver a backroom maneuvering and political corrupting story that asks how far a man with ideals will go to make them a reality. Good book. I will say that. Good book. And finally, we have Barbaralien, Red Planet #1. A groundbreaking new sci-fi action series in the world of the Eisner Award-winning Black Hammer universe about prejudice, honor, and identity. Mark Martz has found a place on Earth as both a decorated police officer and as the beloved superhero Barbaralien. But in the midst of the AIDS crisis, hatred from all sides makes balancing those identities seem impossible, especially when a Martian enemy from the past hunts him down to take him back, dead or alive. Interesting book there. Hopefully issue #2 gets a little more spicy, if you will, and we'll see what happens with that. Comics all day. Love the comics. Now, this is going to be the big segment this week. Watch this.
Watch this, y'all.
Thunder! Thunder! Thunder!
Lannister always pays his debts.
Whoa, dude.
I am the villain of the story.
All right, you couch potatoes and bingers. Here's the Watch This news for this week. Now, starting off, Wonder Woman 1984 will be releasing on HBO Max and in theaters on December 25th. Warner Bros. Is getting Wonder Woman 84 out into the world with a simultaneous release. The film has been subjected to several delays already, most of which have been due to uncertainty in regards to moviegoers amidst the ongoing and global pandemic in 2020, but now the film is planting its flag on Christmas Day, both in movie theaters and on the Warner Bros. Newly launched streaming service. This is the biggest title to be shifted to a streaming service as of 2021. Box office schedule continues to get more crowded with massive titles that were originally dated for 2020, joining an already packed year. The film will be available for a whole month only on HBO Max in the US, included at no additional cost to subscribers. You hear that, Disney Plus? They're not going to charge us extra to watch it. How's that for a concept? But more so than that, there's a little matter of a movie with a former ballerina, super spy named Natasha Romanoff. Black Widow. Yeah, Disney. Yeah, Marvel. We're looking at you. Anyway, moving on. Wonder Girl TV series being developed and featuring a Latinx heroine. Now, Greg Berlanti's next DC project in development at the CW will be Wonder Girl, but it will not be Donna Troy, the version of the character that is seen on Titans. Instead, the series will star the relatively new character Yara Flor, daughter of an Amazonian warrior and a Brazilian river god. The newly created character will be the Wonder Woman from DC's upcoming Future State event, which time jumps its universe forward to see a new and more diverse DC universe led by new versions of Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, and other key heroes. That launches in January. Now the show is going to be a little later in 2021. Queen of the South executive producer and CEO and co-showrunner Dalen Rodriguez will write the pilot, which will be produced by Bertolini Productions. Bertolini is a studio behind, of course, all the other CW shows: Flash, Stargirl, Black Lightning, Batwoman, Arrow, and more. Black Lightning took the first black superhero family to the small screen, while Batwoman marked the first LGBTQ woman to head up on her own show. Now, it seems like the CW was hoping that the breadth and popularity of their multiverse of DC shows will give them an opportunity to alleviate underrepresented voices while managing their risk. Now, here is my only thing with that. Dope superheroes are dope superheroes, no matter what race, or what color, or what gender, or their sexual preference. It doesn't matter. A dope hero is a dope hero regardless. It's just a matter of how they're written and the stories that they take on. Now, to me, I ask this question to you guys. At what point does the Uber taking you to the corner of diversity and inclusion make a wrong left turn at tokenism? I'll leave you guys to answer that. Hit me in the comments. I'd love to have the conversation. Speaking of Black Lightning, it is now going to end after this 4th season. The CW's Black Lightning will join Supergirl and Arrow in the history books. The acclaimed superhero family drama is set to conclude its run after its upcoming 4th season, which begins in spring of 2021. The series, which centers around superhero and educator Jefferson Pierce, Black Lightning, debuted in January of 2018 and became the first of CW's numerous superhero shows to center on a family of heroes, with Pierce's daughters, Jennifer and Anissa, taking on the roles of Lightning and Thunder. Recently, the CW reported that Black Lightning producers to build a backdoor for Painkiller on the show's 4th season. It seems for the first official comments by the production staff that Painkiller is being reviewed as a continuation or evolution of the story that they were telling on Black Lightning. However, if any of Black Lightning's cast members will play regular heroes in the series, assuming it goes forward, is anybody's guess. If we're just simply swapping out Black Lightning and putting in Painkiller, I don't know. I mean, we'll see. I'll give it a watch regardless, but I don't know if Painkiller as a character, or maybe even his story, is, I don't know, strong enough to keep everyone's attention for multiple seasons the way Black Lightning has. And I mean, like I said before, I would have much rather have seen a Thunder and Lightning show as opposed to a Painkiller show. That's just how I saw it. However, if we're just simply swapping out Black Lightning for Black Lightning's version of the Winter Soldier, then we'll see what happens. But as of right now, I'm just saying I don't see it lasting multiple seasons. We might get 1, maybe even 2, depending upon who Painkiller is up against. I mean, I don't know about his rogue gallery, even if Painkiller has rogues. But, we'll see what happens. Now, Black Panther 2 adds Narcos Mexican star Tenoch Huerta as a villain. Now, work on Black Panther 2 continues into the holidays as Marvel Studios begins to work on the sequel to the upcoming summer film. A new report from The Hollywood Reporter suggests Ryan Coogler and company will start principal photography on the sequel at some point in July of 2021, suggesting development on the script will feature and moving things right along as they go. The report does not make note of the studio's plans of what the Kevin Feige-led outfit plans to do with T'Challa in the wake of Chadwick Boseman's passing, though the studio executive Victoria Alonso confirmed that they will not be using a CGI likeness of him. Now, the trades also mention that production will take place in and around Atlanta and could last up to about 6 months going into 2022. Letitia Wright, Lupita Nyong'o, Winston Duke, and Angela Bassett are all expected to return and reprise their roles from Black Panther and the Avengers Infinity War. It's also said that Letitia Wright's Shuri may have a more prominent role in the movie. Looks like they were listening to me. Narcos Mexico actor Tenoch Huerta is currently in talks to take on one of the film's antagonists, though an identity was not immediately made available. Now, I've seen this guy. I can only think of maybe two people he could possibly be, and that's either the King of Latveria or the King of Atlantis. I'll leave it up to you guys to decide. Tom and Jerry had a trailer that got released. Now, I didn't see this one coming. One of pop culture's most iconic duos is headed back to the big screen. On Tuesday, Warner Brothers debuted their first release trailer for Tom and Jerry, an upcoming live-action animated hybrid surrounding the cartoon pair. The trailer, which you can check out on YouTube, showcases the unpredictable and zany story that the pair are about to undergo, as well as the ensemble cast including Chloe Grace Moretz, Michael Pena, Rob Delaney, Ken Jeong, and Colin Jost. Directed by Tim Story, Tom and Jerry follows an alley cat named Tom, who is hired by a girl named Kayla, a young employee who works at a glamorous hotel in New York City, to get rid of Jerry, a mischievous mouse who has taken up residence in the hotel before he ruins an important wedding. This is probably going to be funny. If they don't allow them to go completely over the top like they did in the cartoon, I think it'll be a miss. That's just me. I mean, I'm not looking for itchy and scratchy, but it's got to be Tom and Jerry. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see what happens there. Another trailer was Justice League. Nice black and white one, if you will, too. The trailer came with the release of the celebrating the date of the original movie's release date. The trailer was preceded by the debut of some new photos from Zack Snyder. Snyder then participated in a breakdown of the teaser via social media Vero after its release. This is all leading to the 4-hour miniseries with 5 minutes of newly shot footage that will fulfill Snyder's original Justice League vision when it releases on HBO Max in 2021. So check the trailer out if you haven't seen it. I think there's a color and black and white version out right now, so either way, check them both out. Speaking of HBO Max, The Last of Us has a greenlit for a series on HBO Max. I think it'll be dope. The adaptation was first announced back in March when it was said that the project was in the works with Neil Druckmann, the writer and creative director of the game Last of Us and Part 2, and it will indeed be on board as an executive producer and writer for the series. Craig Mazin of HBO's Chernobyl fame will also serve as a writer and executive producer on HBO's Last of Us. Though the series was officially announced months ago, with much more information coming out since then, leading the creative charge, HBO's announcement this past Friday has officially greenlit the production into series. So we will see what is happening. Who knows? We might get some more series out there. I wouldn't mind seeing a spin-off series for Uncharted. You know, there's so much rich history in the world. We should probably have Nathan Drake explore it all. You know, that's just how I feel. Now, here's a weird one that kind of got out of hand on the internet for a while. So there's a new superhero movie coming out on Netflix called We Can Be Heroes. And apparently it merges the worlds of, I think, Spy Kids and Shark Boy and Lava Girl. Now, Shark Boy and Lava Girl have returned for this film, We Can Be Heroes, by the way, debuting on Netflix. And Shark Boy and Lava Girl are officially parents who are going to be older, and they're going to be returning after becoming household names in 2005, which movie with 3D effects led to some to garner some buzz. Now, a new film is headed to Netflix with Robert Rodriguez returning to direct, and is going to arrive on a streaming platform on New Year's Day. Taylor Lautner is not returning, however, to play Shark Boy. However, Taylor Dooley is back to play Lava Girl. Now, a lot of fanboys and fangirls mostly kind of lost their minds a little bit and like, no, it's not Taylor Lautner. If Taylor Lautner's not in it, then I will not be watching, I will not be streaming. No, la, la, la. And I'm like, really? Come on. Why? I mean, the fact that I'm not even sure if they asked the guy, but I'm pretty sure he's probably not down for it. I mean, he would probably want to get away from that, you know. But in any event, the movie is dropping. It also stars Pedro Pascal, Christian Slater, Boyd Holbrook, Priyanka Chopra Jonas, Christopher McDonald, Adrina Barzara, Vivian Blair, Isaiah Russell Bailey, Akira Akbar, Lyon Daniels, Nathan Blair, Lotus Blossom, Haley Finley, Andy Walken, Dylon Henry Lau, Andrew Diaz, Taylor Dooley, and many, many more. So check that one out if you get a chance to once it comes out on New Year's Day. I'm pretty sure it's something to do, something to watch with your kids. Deadpool 3 is officially in development at Marvel. Now, the only thing about it is the writers for it are apparently not going to be the original from the first two movies, Rhett Reese and Paul Wernick. We're going to be getting the two writers from the show Bob's Burgers, Wendy Molyneux and Lizzie Molyneux Logan, and they're going to be writing the screenplay. Marvel Studios and Kevin Feige are on board to work on the new movie, which is still in early development. It will be the first Deadpool movie produced by Marvel Studios. The Deadpool Twitter account seemingly confirmed the new tweets about the new directors by tweeting out a picture of Bob from Bob's Burgers with Deadpool swords hanging out of his back. This will mark the first time for the franchise that Rhett Reese and Paul Wernick will not be writing, and Deadpool 2 director David Leitch is reportedly also not on board and hasn't participated in any of the new meetings with the new writers so far. Also, it's not an official word yet if the movie is going to secure an R rating. However, CEO Bob Iger, who's now the executive chairman of Disney, has already given his blessing. So it's looking like the show is looking like it might be good. I mean, with Bob's Burgers kind of pushing the edge a little bit there, I'm not sure how far they'll go over the edge or how far Disney will even allow them to go over the edge. But, you know, I guess we'll see. I don't know what's going to happen with the movie, but hopefully it'll still be good. Let's jump into Thumb Life.
Peace, love, and video games!
It sound like Donkey Kong.
That man is playing Galaga.
Alright, gamers. You only got one story this week. Sorry about that. But it's a good one, I will say that. Now, the Hitman developer IO Interactive has announced a Project 007, a new James Bond game. Now, it was announced in a teaser trailer describing the game as a wholly original Bond story in which players will step into the shoes of the world's favorite secret agent to earn the 00 status in the very first Bond origin story. Currently in development for consoles and PC, Project 007 is a working title, and it will be created using IO's own Glacier engine, which was used for the recent Hitman games. It's not clear exactly what kind of game Project 007 will be, but given IO's history with stealth and espionage games, the studio's Hitman model seems like a potentially close fit. The point about this being the first James Bond origin story is slightly confusing, given that Casino Royale features Bond earning 00 status, and there has been a series of young Bond books written by Charlie Higson. We don't know yet what they're going to do with that, but the game is being development and made with MGM and Eon Productions. So the game should be dope. I hope if they're definitely going to adapt that same engine and same kind of a concept that they use with Hitman, it'll definitely be an amazing game. I mean, granted, Bond may have to move a little more fluently and use more inventive, I guess, tech or tool that Moneypenny may produce for him. But and maybe there may be some driving missions as well too. Because I mean, if I can't drive an Aston Martin playing this game, I don't want to be James Bond. You know what I'm saying? But maybe that's just me. So with that in mind, that is the show. Wrapping it up now. I'm gonna get out of here. Thank you all for listening so much. Please be sure to subscribe to the channel. Please be sure to subscribe to the podcast. Like the content. Subscribe to the content. Tell me what you think about the content. Be sure to visit our website, doyouspeakgeek.com. Follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Visit our YouTube channel. Be sure to like and subscribe. And as usual, people, live to play to win, win to live. I speak geek. Do you speak geek? Peace and happy Thanksgiving.